Welcome to the O'Connell Center, Gainesville, Florida, home of the Gators. Tonight, SEC basketball on ESPN as the Gators play host to the Bulldogs of Georgia. Georgia 9-9 on the year, and they've got an outstanding big man, a 7-foot sophomore, Charles Claxton, 11 points, 6 rebounds a game, and a lot of blocks for Hugh Durham. For the Gators of Florida, a young man who's also a sophomore, but a different kind of big man. 6'10", 222, Andrew DeClercq. He averages 8 boards a game, only scores 10, but he can really run the floor. Bob Carpenter, Larry Conley in Gainesville, getting ready to start this one. As the Gators' attendance is up, their program is on the way back from some tough years, Larry.
Tell you what, the weather's not that warm that those guys can be in here without those shirts on. A little cool down here.
Gators in their home whites, the Bulldogs in their road red uniforms. It is Claxton and DeClercq at midcourt.
Lon Kruger really has done a terrific job with this program. I mean, maybe even a little ahead of schedule, Bob.
Won the NIT last year after just an 11-win season 2 years ago. Craig Brown had it off the tip. Out on top to Dan Cross.
Florida team coming off a very disappointing loss to Arkansas here on Saturday. Georgia's won 2 straight.
DeClercq stopped cold by Claxton. Back out on top for Cross. He will penetrate. Short jumper is too short. Stacey Poole is there to follow it in.
There's that man who's been the cornerstone of this program for 5 years. He's been through 3 coaches. He does a little bit of everything for this Florida team, and most of it inside that free throw line.
Leads the Gators at 16 points a game. Florida, a man-to-man team like Georgia. Ball kicked in the right side. A short jumper, a good-looking one from the freshman, Carlos Strong. Is he looking confident in his first year in Division I?
Another block inside by Claxton. He got a second one.
This time the possession arrow belongs to the Bulldogs.
That may send a message to DeClercq. Don't bring it in here. Well, Claxton off to a good start for Georgia. He started so slow this year. Really had a very disappointing December. But about mid-January, really started to pick his game up. All facets of it.
Cleveland Jackson, the entry pass, then gets it back. He has been red hot. That one rimmed out on him. Craig Brown takes it away from behind. Carlos Strong thought about going back up with a jumper. Good feed down low. DeClercq waiting and scoring.
He had to work his way around Claxton. Davis was down there trying to grab it if it was on the floor. DeClercq finally got a basket inside.
Strong drive by Bernard Davis, who dumped it off for Ty Wilson. There's Jose Grimsley watching Cleveland Jackson. That's the key defensive matchup for the Gators. Claxton. He had Grimsley collapsing down on him. They lost it on the double team. Ball on the floor. Coming up with it and then knocking it out of bounds is Craig Brown after it was in the hands of Carlos Strong.
Pretty good battle inside. A lot of bodies on the Pines.
Claxton, 7 foot, 265.
Watch it again. Now here's Grimsley, the best defender maybe in the Southeastern Conference. Little switch right there. He goes back outside on Cleveland Jackson. That probably is going to be his main responsibility. Grimsley, one of the better defenders you're going to see in the game of basketball.
We should see Georgia doing some of that, getting him off Jackson and on to Ty Wilson, freeing up Jackson. And there's a Stacey Poole foul.
Very good move across the lane right there. Stacey Poole a little late defending the position. And to send that man to the line who's probably been one of the better players the Bulldogs have had consistently all year long, and that's Ty Wilson. Really been a very pleasant surprise for Georgia, Bob. He came in this year as a sophomore, played a little bit last year, but they're one of the really consistent players they've had all year long in a club that has not had a good record.
Leads the Dogs at 84% from the line. He's now 32 out of 38 on the year.
It's not bad.
That's outstanding. This one to Ty. Almost 2 minutes in. Got the roll. Wilson with 2, Strong with 2. The young players coming through for Georgia so far. It is a very young basketball team.
Georgia in a trapping situation, a 1-3-1.
DeClercq for Poole, kicks it for Grimsley. Strong from the left baseline.
But what made that basket was Grimsley's quickness to the basket because Claxton was hovering. He just got it up there before Claxton could knock it away. Grimsley, a good athlete for Florida.
Dan Cross staying with Bernard Davis. High post Strong, and a travel after the exchange. Bernard Davis walking with it.
The Florida team looking for a win today. We talked about how many quality wins they've got left on their schedule, potential quality wins. Vanderbilt, Kentucky, obviously, but they really cannot afford to stumble anymore.
Record of 5-4 in the SEC. Gators have not played well in their own division, but Georgia's been even worse. They have really struggled against teams in the East. Claxton somehow clears it down the floor. Carlos Strong wants to go all the way. Offensive foul on him before the DeClercq block.
Did you see DeClercq fly through the air? I mean, he was up there. Andrew DeClercq. Watch Carlos Strong try to get in good position here. Cross with a good defensive work. Look at this block. I mean, he is up there. Had to use the rim to protect himself, to keep him falling on one of his own players.
Had his shoe top up around the shoulder of a Georgia Bulldog. 6'4" Gators. Entry pass, DeClercq. A man fell down. It was Ty Wilson on the floor. And DeClercq has 4 early ones.
You know, this is the type of game he loves to play against this guy. Both of these guys came in the league, and I'm talking about Claxton and DeClercq as freshmen. They got a nice little rivalry built up.
Vastly different players, but they came in the league at the same time. Good penetration from the right side by Bernard Davis. Ty Wilson. And then down low, DeClercq stuffs his man. They'll call it goaltending. On the shot, Carlos Strong.
I'd say early on, DeClercq's a little active tonight.
Very active. Claxton will have a seat early. And the Bulldogs will call on 6'10" senior Orlando Bennett.
Interesting, Bennett in the game already with Claxton on the bench. Georgia goes to a 1-2-2 zone.
Bulldogs play a lot of people.
I was in there doing a game in January, a Kentucky game, and they didn't have a single guy in double figures in January. Almost amazing.
Yeah, you figure somebody will come out of that non-conference schedule at least 10 or 15 a game. They swing it left side to DeClercq. He'll switch it top of the key. Cross looking for penetration. The soft jumper over the rim and down.
The absence of Claxton maybe allowed that one to get in.
Probably. Okay, definitely. Gators by 4. 4:20 in.
Nice backdoor cut. Pretty. Carlos Strong with a good delivery.
Cleveland Jackson finishing. He's averaging 9 a game, but 19 as a starter.
The Georgia team has won 2 in a row, really striving to get to the end of the season, get in that tournament, and possibly win it. This club would be tough to play in the SEC tournament, I think.
Brown with a nice feed baseline. Then DeClercq switched it for Grimsley, who couldn't knock it down. The rebound, Orlando Bennett. Jackson can't hit it from the outside. Strong was on the back of Poole, but play continued as he got nothing but ball. And then the 2 is knocked down, Bernard Davis.
Nice fake by Davis.
That ties things up. Better than 5 minutes into the ball game.
Interesting the strategy of Georgia with Claxton out of the lineup. Bennett in there. They go to that zone. It opens it up outside.
Cross a standing 3 that was well short. And the running long rebound, Bernard Davis. He'll stop and pop from just inside the arc. The followed by Jackson, and he's 0 for 3. Here comes Poole. Gators 3-on-1. Grimsley, Poole, yeah.
Nice handle of the break. 3-on-2. Stacey Poole gave it up to the guard and got it back. It's the way you run the break. Very good offensive work.
Gators lead it 12-10. High post Strong. Working off that post, Davis. Same play that was traveling earlier. This time another turnover. Brown. No look to Poole.
Stacey's got it going tonight.
He hasn't shot the ball that well. 43% his senior year. But tonight he looks hot. He's been waiting to get the Gators on the tube, Larry.
He likes playing on ESPN.
And we like watching it. Cleveland Jackson, big move. Ran into DeClercq. No call, but the ball was short anyway. Greg Brown clears it. And Dan Cross for the Gators.
Oh, look at Cross.
He blew right away. Bernard Davis.
He left Davis in the wake.
Gators by 6.
Oh, what a start for Florida. Good first half.
Jackson for Wilson. There's that high post again. This time Orlando Bennett and a travel on Ty Wilson. And that already is 6 turnovers against Georgia. Timeout on the floor, almost 7 minutes in. The Gators and Poole off to a quick start, up by 6.
How long have you had your car insurance?
How long have I had my car insurance? I don't know, 8, 10 years?
Well, I couldn't tell you, but things were a lot less expensive back then.
If you're 50 or over, you should take a new look at your auto insurance. You may be overpaying.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Old policy, old rates.
And thanks to your experience behind the wheel, you might save $350 by switching to the AARP auto insurance program from the Hartford. Plus, you'll get benefits that reward your driving record, like our promise that you won't be dropped.
Wait, you won't drop me? Seriously?
That's right, you won't be dropped. And if you know anyone who's been dropped by their insurance company, you know that's a hassle you don't need.
Especially these days.
Plus, you'll get Recover Care, which helps pay for everyday needs like house cleaning, lawn care, and pet services if you're injured in an accident.
So my auto insurance is going to help pay the house cleaning if I'm injured?
Did you say lawn care?
And if I can't walk my dog, they'll help me pay someone to do it for me.
Call the number on your screen to switch to the AARP auto insurance program from the Hartford and be rewarded for your experience behind the wheel.
Recover Care, auto insurance that helps take care of me. Now I've seen it all.
You won't drop me, you take care of me as well as my car, and you offer savings to switch. It's unbelievable.
If you're 50 or over, call now to request your free quote.
I'm gonna call.
I'm calling.
I'm calling.
I'm calling.
Call the Hartford at 800-206-6415 to request your free quote. 800-206-6415. Call today and make the switch to the AARP auto insurance program from the Hartford. 800-206-6415. Why wait?
Get your career cooking. Literally. With Le Cordon Bleu Training. You could train as a culinary professional and work at restaurants, resorts, bakeries, catering companies, and more. Call now for a complimentary career guide.
Call Le Cordon Bleu School at 888-753-6888. 888-753-6888. Call now.
Opening night, Shaun White begins his run at a record 4th straight title in the men's snowboard superpipe elimination round. Plus, top riders let loose in snowmobile freestyle. Winter X Games 15 starts Thursday at 9 Eastern on ESPN.
Big Ten heavyweights step into the ring, and 2 SEC foes rumble on Super Tuesday. First at 7, the 23rd-ranked Gators muscle into Athens for a battle with Georgia. Then at 9, 2 of the country's most talented big men duke it out.
Sullinger. Johnson throws it down with 2 hands.
When undefeated #1 Ohio State meets 12th-ranked Purdue.
Pulls the trigger and nails it.
Super Tuesday presented by KFC. Doubleheader action begins tonight at 7 on ESPN.
The Australian Open coverage continues tonight at 7 on ESPN2.
Okay, folks, tonight's lesson very simple. This is a pool. This is Florida. This is a pool in Florida. But this is Florida's pool. Notice the difference? Swimming pool, Stacy pool. Let's try again. This is the game of pool. This is the game of pool. Okay? Shooting pool, shooting pool. This pool you know. This pool you know. This pool you're going to get to know a lot better. Got it?
I think I got the hang of it, man.
Stacy Poole has the hang of it so far here in Gainesville, Florida tonight. He already has has 8 points as we join in progress here at the O-Dome, the O'Connell Center. And Florida leads the Georgia Bulldogs early by 9 points. Welcome to courtside, Bob Carpenter and Larry Conley. He might run the table tonight.
I think he may very easily do that. Off to a hard start. Florida really playing very well tonight, coming off a very disappointing loss against Arkansas on Saturday.
A Florida program that's on its way back to national prominence. Their attendance is up over 3,000 a game. Lon Kruger won 11 games 2 years ago, the NIT last year, and he's looking for an NCAA berth this time around. There's the man, 4 out of 5 from the floor so far. He's got 3 assists as well in the first 11 minutes and 2 seconds of the game. Hope you enjoyed the thriller from State College. And we're in Gainesville now as we go from the Big Ten to the Southeastern Conference.
And Stacey Poole, one of those players that really has fought through a lot of adversity. He's had 2 torn Achilles tendons and a torn knee ligament. They have a little saying around here that kind of personifies Stacey Poole. They say, find a way. And he has certainly done that.
Well, that's Lon Kruger's theme. Bertha Robinson is now running the offense for Georgia. They're a young team with a lot of great athletes. They're 4-5 in the SEC, 9-9 overall. Florida just a game ahead at 5-4.
Well, Florida's changed defenses now. They've gone to a zone, more of a 2-3 matchup. They were in the man-to-man early. There's Claxton wide open.
That's the guy they're trying to match up with. He knocked Marti Kuzma on his rear end on the baseline, but he couldn't knock down the shot. Here's Poole stepping just inside the arc, and Stacey is on fire.
He's doing it all. Inside, outside, rebounding, passing.
10 points, 3 assists, less than 12 minutes into the game. Has not been shooting that well this year at 43%. This could be the night the coaches have been waiting for. Lon Kruger and his staff have been waiting for the Poole explosion.
Yeah, I don't think you want to wade into that pool.
On a strong dribble by Cleveland Jackson. There's Lon Kruger. He's in his 3rd year here after some good years at his alma mater, Kansas State, at the age of 40. Bringing this program back.
So he can suit up right now.
He always looks in good shape. Bryton Thompson on that foul. This guy has been quite a story, Cleveland Jackson. A junior, played at Butler County in Kansas last year. The Basketball Times magazine named him a Junior College Player of the Year. He's been a starter for about 2 weeks, and for Hugh Durham, he's doing a big job.
About the last 5 games he has started, he has really been up there. He's been averaging 19 points a game and 5 rebounds. Minutes have increased, and ever since he's gotten into the starting lineup, this Georgia Bulldog club has played much better. In fact, they've won their last 2 games principally because of his superior play and also because they've been able to cut some turnovers down.
They were averaging 20 a game. They've only had 21 their last 2 ball games put together.
And wins over Auburn and Tennessee. They had 11 and 10 turnovers respectively, and that's about what Hugh Durham would like to have.
Jason Anderson, top of your screen, who just stepped in.
Pass by Stewart.
Stewart to Poole. Beautifully done. Scott Stewart hit an NBA 3 a few minutes ago, and now he gets the longest assist of the night.
Oh, what a pass. Flailing arms in there between them all.
30-19 Gators. Nathan Brown stopping his dribble. Back on top, Bernard Davis. On the wing for Jackson. Jose Grimsley done a great job on him. And then a strong dribble again. Nathan Brown drawing a foul just like he did about a minute ago. Only problem for Florida. That's number 2 on Stacey Poole.
Now the question is, will Lon Kruger take him out of the game? They have a little thing here where Florida takes people out with 2 fouls. Go back and take a look. Scott Stewart handling the basketball and shooting about as well as anybody out here. Look at this pass. Look at Poole make the cut. Just a straight right arm. I'd say that's a fastball, high and inside.
But it was a strike. 30-19 Gators.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Have you seen this? This is the best bike we have. Top spec gears, super light frame.
I love it.
Right now, you can have it for free.
Shut up.
Free? Yeah.
Imagine if you could get the best for free.
This is mine.
No.
Shut up.
I can't just give away my best stuff for free.
At H&R Block, we're serious. We believe you deserve the best tax preparation available for free. So for a limited time, we'll prepare simple federal tax returns for free at one of our 10,000 offices. Call 1-855-674-2140.
Are nasty drafts forcing you to crank up the heat? Heating bills are reported to increase dramatically, causing your money to literally fly out the door. With Twin Draft Guard's double-sided insulated design, your utility bills can be reduced by up to 30%. Watch. Air seeps under the door, but Twin Draft Guard creates an airtight seal. It's adjustable, slides under any door or window. Cut the length you need. Cover and slide onto the door for a draft-proof seal. Twin Draft Guard seals any gap on any floor, even carpet. Use on windows for an airtight seal. Block wind and snow. Insulate garages and basements. Seal in air conditioning. Twin Draft Guard is only $19.99. Call now and we'll double the offer. If it doesn't pay for itself the very first month, send it back for a refund. As a free gift, get the over-the-door ceramic hook. Absolutely free. You get it all, just $19.99.
Call 1-800-915-6032. Order now and you'll get 2 double-sided Twin Draft Guards and the free over-the-door hanger for $19.99. Call 1-800-915-6032 or go to twindraftguard.com.
University of Auburn, Ohio State, UCLA, baby, University of Tennessee.
The most coveted recruits in high school football are signing their national letters of intent. ESPNU National Signing Day Special. 10 straight hours of coverage begins February 2nd at 9 a.m.
ESPN, your NBA destination. The league-leading Spurs have surged ahead to the best first half in franchise history.
The Spurs putting on a show.
Tomorrow night, Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker face a tough Western Conference rival on the road as the Spurs head to Utah to take on Deron Williams and the Jazz.
Oh, what a jam from Deron Williams!
Spurs, Jazz, tomorrow night at 9:30 on ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Julianne Hough with big news from Proactive.
Get set because it's the first anniversary of the new, faster, gentler Proactive. And to celebrate, we're offering free shipping. So if you have problem breakouts and want fast relief, try Proactive. The secret is our advanced microcrystal medicine, which heals and prevents future breakouts.
I really love Proactive. It's creamy, it's gentle, it's effective.
Proactive is normally $40, but order now and pay only $19.95. Today, your shipping is free, and you'll get the refining mask and these extras free for your best skin ever.
I knew I needed to get rid of this acne, and Proactive worked for me. It's as fabulous and as simple as that.
All this, a $72 value for only $19.95. And today, your shipping is free. Call 1-800-416-8282.
Clear skin is sexy skin. Get it with Proactive.
The crowds are back here at the O-Dome in Gainesville. So is Andrew DeClerc, although he's wearing a different number. Now let's reset the lineups for you. You see DeClerc now wearing 31, normally 55. He had his jersey saturated with blood, and he had to change it up. Claxton is the big man he's matched up against. But the big defensive matchup tonight for Florida, Jose Grimsley is the man watching Cleveland Jackson. There's DeClerc, bloodied. I think he cut his hand earlier, Larry. Had to leave for a while, and now he's back with a new jersey. And he's got his hand bandaged up.
Yeah, it was his fingers. He's got his fingers taped together. Just wondering if he split the fingers in between there. It's not on his shooting hand.
Bulldogs down by 11. Chandon Anderson has his pass stolen by Scott Stewart. 2-on-1, but he'll do it himself.
Boy, Stewart strong off the bench. A three, a layup, a great pass. Everything.
One of the smallest guys on the floor at 6 foot. And the Gators lead by 13. He tries to steal it from Claxton, and there's some of the strength of the 7-foot, 265-pound sophomore.
Well, Florida really getting the ball up the floor very quickly up that sideline. Georgia doesn't get back quickly on defense. They're going to be in trouble. Grimsley with a good move.
DeClerc trying to tip it home. He got tied up with Claxton, who fouled him from behind. Now, we must tell you, because some of you folks joined us late, Claxton, the first 2 times Florida came down the floor, stuffed Andrew DeClerc. This time he didn't get away with a reach over.
No, he didn't. Grimsley misses an easy one, but watch the follow by DeClerc. Good offensive rebound. Kept it alive on the tap. Came right back with it, and Claxton tried to grab the ball, his head, and his shoulder and take him down.
Team fouls, 5 on Florida, 3 on Georgia.
Get the ball to DeClerc. He's open. Poole by himself.
But along with it, DeClerc keeps it alive. Claxton had a touch. Gators come up with it. It's Poole, way too strong that time. And the rebound, Dathan Brown.
Sometimes you're forced the game. Don't force it. Let it come to you. That's what Stacey Poole did the first 12 minutes. He didn't do it that trip.
Shandon Anderson with a less than good shot, but he was lucky enough to be there for the rebound. The freshman from Atlanta has 4. Claxton breaks up the pass on the exchange. Here come the Dogs, 4 on 2. Anderson underneath, and he reverses it home.
Avoided a block by Stacey Poole that time. Shandon Anderson showing a little bit of Willie's moves there, huh?
Boy, he really looked like his older brother that time.
Impressed with the way Florida's getting the ball down the floor after made or missed field goals quickly down the sideline. Georgia has not been getting back very quickly. Watch Poole in the corner. They want to open up the side for him.
That's what Dathan Brown's doing. Yeah. He is a strong rebounder. Very good defense he's played since he's been in there. Here's Grimsley finding an opening. DeClerc was surprised to get the pass. He's fouled. He scores.
Grimsley's hurt. Grimsley's on the floor. I think he's hurt.
Crowd celebrating, but just for a moment. That's a man they cannot afford to lose. His defense is so outstanding.
Bob, he was the guy who took the ball into the middle and dished it off to DeClerc.
They've already sent for Brian Thompson, a freshman forward. Trainer Chris Koenig and company checking him out. There's Thompson, who's had limited playing time so far.
Go back and take a look. Now watch Grimsley go down the middle right there. Good kick out pass. Oh, that's what happened. He got nailed down inside. And it looked like Cleveland Jackson was the guy that got him.
Looked like a left elbow.
You know, sometimes when you're going down that lane and you're unprotected, you go in there and you deliver the basketball, you have a tendency to lose your concentration and look where the ball goes. And he caught it right in the chin and the chest area. He's all right, though.
These Bulldogs are tough. Young, very athletic. Hugh Durham has recruited some of the nation's best athletes in recent years to that program. They are reloading. There's Grimsley and his stats so far. He averages 5 points, 3 boards a game, and DeClerc will shoot. Failing to swish it, but getting the 3-point play. 7 for Andrew.
It's a Florida team that really struggled on Saturday against Arkansas. They were 10 of 25 from the free throw line.
And they only lost by what, 8?
Lost by 8.
Had a record crowd here on Saturday, better than 12,000 for those Razorbacks visiting. Here's Jackson, strong baseline. He knew contact was coming, so he threw it up to get the shooting foul.
Bob, it's one of the problems that Florida has encountered with DeClerc. He really commits a lot of fouls. Gets himself in a situation where he has to go to the bench and doesn't get as much playing time as he'd like to have. But it's because of those types of fouls. He didn't need to do that. All he had to do was just go up and play good, strong defense and make him force up a bad shot.
Cleveland Jackson, out of Los Angeles originally. Went to St. Monica Catholic High School. Found his way to Butler County in Kansas. They've brought along a lot of great players over the years. Hugh Durham happy to have him.
You see the 15th season of Georgia with 260 wins. He's actually closing in on 500. He's at 490 after 27 years of coaching Florida State and Georgia.
Stewart gets it back from Brown. Poole out on top. Thompson looking forward to DeClerc, but good tough D by Cleveland Jackson.
And Georgia's kind of turned his defense up a couple of notches.
Good movement by the Gators. And a quick move to the baseline. Brian Thompson draws the foul. Cleveland Jackson with his first. Georgia has 9 losses this year, but 7 of those are to teams ranked in the top 25 when they play. Teams like Kansas, Georgia Tech, UCLA. They play a non-conference game this weekend against the Longhorns of Texas. There's DeClerc just inside the free throw line. He'll go right wing to Poole.
Good job by Brown defensively not to give up on Poole that time.
Dathan Brown is really doing a job. Nobody back for the Gators. Shandon Anderson all the way. And the freshman who did not start has 8 points. 4:15 to go before halftime.
Excuse me, Bob. I was going to say Bernard Davis really did a great job of getting that ball out of the corner and getting it out to Anderson on the break.
Gators led by 13. Now it's down to 6. There's Poole. Great patience, but he couldn't roll it home. And again, Dathan Brown is all over it. Georgia makes Bernard Davis. Brown baseline. Little Scott Stewart with some tough defense. Bulldogs will keep it. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. 3:52 to go, first half. Gators had a big lead. Now it's down to a half dozen.
This is not a workout. This is a revolution. This is Shake Weight for men, and it's going to kick your butt.
Whew, that's it.
In just 6 minutes. Guaranteed. Ordinary weights isolate one muscle in one direction, but Shake Weight harnesses the power of dynamic inertia to totally redefine strength training. As you shake, the weights at each end fire and recoil rapidly. This piston-like motion sends a shockwave of energy that forces your muscles to contract as many as 240 times a minute. So you build definition, size, and strength fast. And now this technological breakthrough in strength training can be yours for just $29.95. Shake Weight is science fact, not fiction. A leading biomechanics research center proved that 6 minutes with the Shake Weight burns as much muscle energy as 42 with a standard dumbbell. You get ripped, defined, and stronger, fast, guaranteed. Call and order now, and we'll also send you this 6-minute upper body workout DVD. It's everything you need to add size, definition, and strengthen your chest, triceps, biceps, and shoulders. Technology is all about packing mega performance in less space, right? Shake Weight proves it. That's why it comes with this ironclad kick butt guarantee. Do the Shake Weight workout just once. If your arms, chest, and shoulders aren't on fire in just 6 minutes, return it for a 100% refund. We'll even pay return shipping.
Whew, that's it.
3 exercises, 6 minutes, and the faster you shake, the more intense and challenging your workout. Think you can handle it? Then call now and build muscle and definition in just 6 minutes a day with Shake Weight for Men.
Hi, we're looking to save some money on our car insurance.
Great! At Progressive, you can compare rates side by side so you get the same coverage, often for less.
Wow, that is huge.
And this is to remind you that you could save hundreds.
Yeah, that'll certainly stick with me.
We'll take it.
Go, big money! I mean, go, it's your break, honey.
Same coverage, more savings. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Men's quarterfinal action continues at the Australian Open. World #1 Rafael Nadal is focused on the Rafa Slam. But David Ferreira waits with hopes of knocking off his fellow countrymen. And 3 wins away from the title, will Andy Murray hoist his first Grand Slam trophy in Melbourne? The Australian Open. Coverage continues tonight at 7 on ESPN2. Presented by Franklin Templeton Investments.
Georgia Bulldogs. Tough schedule this year. A record of only 9-9 for Hugh Durham so far. There are some of the ball clubs he has lost to. We highlight the South Carolina game, Larry, because that's really the one that hurt among that list.
Yeah, it really did. And of course, they've still got some games left that could move them up. Cleveland Jackson's been the guy that's been responsible for raising the level of this game. You can take a look at what he did the first 13 games. The last 5 games, 19 points. His minutes have gone up. His rebounding's gone up. Really playing to his level of potential that they thought they were going to get when they signed him.
Well, took a little while. He had a hamstring injury early. He got over the injury, but the coaches will tell you it took him a while to get over it mentally. You know, that hamstring, it's a tough thing to let it all out. Now that he's doing it, running the floor, that's why he's scoring so much. And they knew he wasn't that good as a substitute, getting 4 or 5 minutes of the stretch. There's a 3 from Jackson. He has 9. Larry, they finally told him, you're going to play 25 minutes a game, maybe 30 minutes, just go out and have fun. Since they told him that, he's had some answers for them as well.
He's had a lot of fun. Grimsley's back in the lineup for Florida now. In fact, that's who Jackson's guarding.
There's Poole over him. Stacey Poole with 14.
One of the few times that he's been able to get a shot against Dathan Brown. In fact, Brown's been very effective on defense ever since Georgia came out of that zone when man-to-man. He really had shut Poole down until that shot.
That basket broke a 13-4 Georgia run that got him right back in the game. Good shovel down low. Waiting for it. Unable to hit it was Orlando Bennett.
I think maybe the court got a piece of that.
Here's Grimsley. 3-on-3 go the Gators. He could have done it himself. DeClerc way short as Orlando Bennett intimidated him. And the ball will go to Georgia. You know, that looked like an obvious passing play. But I think Grimsley might have been able to go all the way and just lay it in.
Yeah, he could have, but also DeClerc with an easy shot, and he missed one just about 6 feet out on the baseline there that he could have laid in. So Florida with 2 missed opportunities on 1 play.
Gators shooting 45% on the year. Georgia's really stepped up its shooting. They're shooting a couple of percentage points better in SEC play than they did during the non-conference season. It's usually the other way around once the tough league games arrive. DeClerc blocking one down the baseline. And then stepping on the baseline, Shandon Anderson. And the Gators get it back. Good hard work by number 31.
How about the block by DeClerc? He's doing as much blocking on the inside as Claxton. And Willie should. Look at this block from the outside. Anderson tried to get it up, couldn't get it. And DeClerc again. You know, he's second in the Southeastern Conference in blocks anyway.
32 on the year. Claxton has 29. There's DeClerc. Good spin move. Too strong with it. Can't hit the follow. A 3rd chance. And he doesn't get the 4th because it was stripped away. But the Gators will have it back.
How about the effort by DeClerc? The move. He got 3 offensive rebounds out of that sequence.
He's showing some toughness tonight. He's more known as a skill player as opposed to a bruiser like Claxton. But he's shown plenty of toughness so far.
Florida concentrating, trying to get the ball to him.
Cleveland watching Grimsley. Cleveland Jackson out on top. Poole. A feed down low. Cross got his man off the floor. And it rolls home. He had Orlando Bennett skying for the block. Gators by 7 with 1:35 to go. John Saunders standing by in the studio with our halftime report. Left side jumper won't go. Bernard Davis. Here come the Gators. Baseline left. Grimsley. Hook to the basket. Well, he was a 6'10" high jumper in high school.
And I'll tell you what, he went up against a 6'10" guy and got it over.
1:10 to go. Gators by 9. Crowd going crazy.
Don't you love February college basketball?
Nothing like a conference game. This one spun off the side of the glass by Cleveland Jackson. He thought he'd been fouled. 4-on-2. Brown to Poole. Yeah. Stacey Poole with 16.
This crowd is on its feet.
And a 5-second call. The 6th man up in the stands had to help that time. And look at DeClerc. John Saunders in the studio with our Delta Faucet halftime report. Number 1 Indiana and Penn State a beauty tonight. First half of our doubleheader. And the number 6 ranked Tar Heels playing at Maryland tonight. A key game in the ACC as that league chases the Tar Heels. They've got a big one tomorrow night with Wake Forest playing over in Tallahassee against Florida State.
That's a good one.
That'll be a beauty.
2 clubs chasing those Tar Heels, and I think maybe have a shot at both Florida State I think for Florida State in particular.
Grimsley, offensive foul. Down there taking the charge, Orlando Bennett. That'll turn it over to the Dogs with 6.5 seconds to go. Full court pressure by the Gators. They want the Dogs to have to work it to get the shot. Here's Anderson, throws it up with 2 seconds to go, and he got it. Shandon Anderson, the man off the bench in the first half for Georgia, into double figures. DeClerc had 7, Poole had 16, and it looks like an emotional night for the Gators. Hugh Durham thought his shooter was fouled in drilling that impossible jump shot at the buzzer. So it's Florida 43, Georgia 35 at the half.
Look closely at history in the making. This $50 Buffalo gold piece is the purest gold coin ever struck by the U.S. government. It's the first U.S. coin ever struck using .9999, that's 4 nines, pure 24-karat gold. Its design is based on the famous Buffalo nickel of 1913 to 38. Wildly popular with investors and collectors, the U.S. government had to stop production because of a shortage of specially made gold blanks. It's no wonder the price of this edition is going through the roof. Now you can reserve your own copy of the $50 gold Buffalo clad in 14 milligrams of pure gold. National Collectors Mint's private non-monetary minting recreates James Earl Frazier's American Buffalo against a mirror-like background on one side, and his iconic Native American Indian head stands out in stunning relief on the other. The final issue price was to be set at $50 per proof, but during our special release, this 24-karat pure gold-clad masterpiece can be yours for only $9.95. With gold skyrocketing past $1,300 an ounce, price can only be guaranteed for 7 days. Each new 2011 $50 gold Buffalo Tribute proof comes with an individually numbered certificate of authenticity verifying that each piece is clad in 14 milligrams of pure 24-karat gold, is proof struck, and is based on the famous design of James Earl Frazier's Buffalo nickel. There is a strict limit of 5 proofs per caller. Distribution will take place in registration number order. Earliest reservations receive the lowest registration numbers, so you must hurry. Avoid disappointment and future regret. Call now.
To order, call 1-800-985-0757. That's 1-800-985-0757. Strict limit of 5 proofs per caller. Call 1-800-985-0757. That's 1-800-985-0757.
Are you being audited? Do you have several years of unfiled tax returns? Is the IRS sending you threatening letters or coming to your home or place of business? Hello, I'm Patrick Cox, founder of TaxMasters. At TaxMasters, we help solve your tax problems. Listen, don't take on the IRS by yourself. Our former IRS agents and tax professionals have helped many good people just like you. Don't wait any longer. Call right now to get started today.
TaxMasters, we solve your tax problems. Call 1-888-599-3874.
Before you get to cut down the nets. Before you get to take the winning shot. Before you get to touch the court. You have to respect the name on the front of the jersey and prove that your name deserves to be on the back. ESPN, the home court of college hoops.
We've had a great first half at the O'Connell Center in Gainesville tonight. Stacey Poole has 16 of Florida's 43. Gators lead the Georgia Bulldogs by 8. Back at courtside, Bob Carpenter and Larry Conley, welcome back. We've had a lot of fun here tonight. And Stacey Poole, Larry, may be showing us that he's ready to lead Florida down the stretch, which is so important for them in this SEC second half.
Well, I think Poole's coming at them in waves right now. Take a look at the stats in the first half, and you'll see exactly what we mean by the way Florida's been shooting this first half. 54%, Georgia at 48 to free throws. Not a lot of them taken in the first half. 3-point field goal shooting, again, not a lot taken. And the rebounding, 19 to 13 in favor of Florida, and Stacey Poole had 7 of those.
Shandon Anderson off the bench, a big story for the Georgia Bulldogs. He finishes the first half with 11 points, and he's been outstanding. Reverse layups, three-pointers, he's done it all.
Yeah, and on the other end, obviously, the guy who's been the man carrying the load has been Stacey Poole. Stephon Brown, who's been guarding him right there and did in the first half, shut him down for about 5 or 6 minutes, and this was the first basket that got him back on the offensive side. Great first half for Stacey Poole. 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists.
Anderson 10 officially. And with 20 minutes to go, Gators lead it by 8. Boy, Stacey Poole, what a first half.
Some guys would take those figures for a game.
Yes, sir. 16 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 of 12 from the floor. Here's Grimsley bouncing it down to Clark. A foul off the glass. He scores.
Good start in the second half for Florida. Grimsley with a terrific long bounce pass to get it to DeClerk. Down inside, Claxton trying to get through to get to DeClerk. Couldn't get there. Look at this. Grimsley really fights. Now look, he goes out, tries to get the ball, comes back. Too late. DeClerk's already there.
Well, Larry, if this game started out with a couple of Claxton messages to DeClerk, that message goes the other way. Foul number 3 on the Georgia big man.
Not sure why Claxton decided that he had to go out and guard out front Grimsley. He should have stayed back in there with DeClerk.
DeClerk with the standard three-point play. He's into double figures, and the Gators lead by 11. Boy, he looks intense tonight.
And Florida right back into that pressure on the ball, pressure on the wings. Ball man.
A switch out top that puts Grimsley on Bernard Davis. That shot won't go from Ty Wilson. Loose ball. Georgia will have it. Officiating crew tonight of Frank Scagliotta, Tom O'Neill, and Michael Smith assigned by the Southeastern Conference. Georgia 3-1 against the SEC West, but against their own division only 1-4 so far.
And most people pretty well conceded the Eastern Division of the Southeastern Conference is the strongest division this year. Georgia going up against the likes of Florida, the likes of Vanderbilt and Kentucky. All three with good records in the East.
There's Brown, a long end to the left with the 3. Claxton clearing only his second rebound of the night.
Been held pretty well in check.
After what looked like a pretty intimidating start. Good defense there by Craig Brown. Bulldogs will keep it, but he did a good job of filling the passing lane.
And Bob, they're doing that a lot, Florida is, on those wing passes coming from the point. They're getting in the passing lanes, making it difficult to make that little point to wing pass. Very important to initiate the offense. If you can't make that first pass to initiate your offense and get into it, you find everything else difficult. Ross did a nice job on Davis out front.
High post, Claxton hands it off to Davis.
Bad switch.
Gators switch, and that left Claxton alone.
Bad communication that time. The clerk went out, made the switch, didn't communicate it. Should have stayed back.
Cleveland Jackson and Ty Wilson stepping up the defense here. Loose ball out to midcourt, picked up by Florida's Dan Cross. Here's Poole. Lob down loaded to Clark, and Claxton with the deflection. Gators will inbound it on the baseline with 19 on the shot clock.
Looks as if Florida's looking a little bit more to the inside this half than they did in the first half. The Clark wants the ball in there against Claxton. I think he's probably a little quicker, and he knows that.
Grimsley almost walking. Georgia bench was all over that non-call. There's Poole right side, matched up against Carlos Strong. Senior on a freshman. Strong does a nice job. Shot clock down to 2. Brown passes. He had to shoot, and the Gators run out of time on the 45-second clock.
Nice defensive work by the Dogs that time.
That may be a case where one of the guards didn't know, Larry, there was only 19 on the shot clock when they inbounded the ball.
Yeah, but that's communication really between the players. They should know. Let each other know what that shot clock says.
Cleveland Jackson penetrating a bit, then stopping. Davis has it taken away. Here comes Craig Brown. Gators 4-on-2. Brown couldn't see anybody, but he does find Cross at the very end.
That's kind of a delayed fast break right there. I think he wanted to go up with it, and there stood a man right in front of him, gave it his own man, Cross.
Well, sometimes the trailer gets to score. There's that high post with Carlos Strong. He gets it back. He'll back in Poole. Grimsley collapses on him. That leaves Ty Wilson open, and he traveled all over the place. Couldn't make up his mind whether to dish or go for the iron.
And again, those turnovers very costly for Georgia. They're getting back into that same scheme of things they were doing earlier in the season, turning the ball over, which they did on an average of 20 per game up until the last two.
Ryan Thompson checks in, Florida's point guard of the future. He could be something, too. He's out of Atlanta, and then he played at Oak Hill Academy after being at Douglas High School. He's 6'6". He could make some point guard someday, seeing over defenses. And DeClerc got a great feed from Dan Cross.
Yeah, and again, they went back inside. Strategy of Florida. Get it to DeClerc. And I would not forget Poole.
Cleveland Jackson strong from the left side. Went under the iron so nobody could block him.
There's one of those fouls again. One of those fouls that you just don't want to commit. DeClerc trying to give some help. Now watch. Here's the move. Now see, Anderson's out of position right there. You can see Jackson making the move, goes down strong inside, and DeClerc tries to get there to help, and he's too late, and he commits the foul. I tell you, Lon Kruger at that time was really very upset with Jason Anderson.
Cleveland Jackson in junior college shot 61% from the floor 1 year, 58% last year, 53 here in Division I. 8-point game. 3.5 minutes into the second half. And the official way out at midcourt calling a foul on one of the Gators. Michael Smith out there calling one on Stacy Poole, and that is his third. Our Wednesday jam session coming up. BC and Miami tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Another one of those Curlies in action. That's Billy. That's followed by a beauty in the ACC. Number 9, Wake Forest. Number 10, Florida State over in Tallahassee. Bob Sura, the Seminole we feature. Good transition by the Gators. Brian Thompson, the basket.
Nice lead pass that time. Good throw out. Cross led him. Thompson caught up with it and laid it in.
Davis on top. Ty Wilson dumps it inside. Carlos Strong. How good of a looking freshman is this guy? 6'8", 225.
One of the stars of the future for the Dogs. Really strong inside.
He's out of Athens either. His last name will be used to describe his play many times over the next 3.5 seasons. Out of Cedar Shoals High School right there in Athens. Here's Poole dribbling for the jumper, and the long rebound comes out for Ty Wilson. Bulldogs have a chance to get right back within 6, maybe 5.
Helped that time by Thompson because Davis was ready to put one up. Cross missed.
In it goes. Strong trying to back his way in. Gator touched it last. Carlos to the floor. And the Dogs will keep it with 30 on the shot clock. 15-16 remaining in the game. Gators lead by 8, second half.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Have you seen this? This is the best bike we have. Top spec gears, super light frame.
I love it.
Right now, you can have it for free.
Shut up.
Free? Yeah.
Imagine if you could get the best for free.
This is mine.
No.
Shut up.
I can't just give away my best stuff for free.
At H&R Block, we're serious. We believe you deserve the best tax preparation available for free. So for a limited time, we'll prepare simple federal tax returns for free at one of our 10,000 offices. Call 1-855-674-2140.
The Auburn Tigers are national champions. Sports Illustrated honors the nation's #1 team with this exclusive championship package. Free with your paid subscription. You'll get the official BCS National Championship DVD featuring the Tigers' entire BCS National Championship game win. Plus, get this hardcover commemorative book. All the action and emotion of Auburn's championship season is captured through SI's amazing photography and writing. Only in this must-have keepsake. Go online to SITVorder.com or call now to get both free with a paid subscription to SI. 56 issues for only $1.59 an issue. Save 65% off the cover price. As a bonus, use your credit card to get this championship football free. A great collector's item designed exclusively for SI. Go to SITVorder.com or call now to get the official DVD, the hardcover commemorative book, and the collectible football. This limited championship package is free with your paid subscription. Call or go online now.
Opening night, Shaun White begins his run at a record 4th straight title in the men's snowboard superpipe elimination round. Plus, top riders let loose in snowmobile freestyle. Winter X Games 15 starts Thursday at 9 Eastern on ESPN.
Big Ten heavyweights step into the ring, and 2 SEC foes rumble on Super Tuesday. First at 7, the 23rd-ranked Gators muscle into Athens for a battle with Georgia. Then at 9, 2 of the country's most talented big men duke it out.
Sullinger. Johnson throws it down with 2 hands.
When undefeated #1 Ohio State meets 12th-ranked Purdue.
Pulls the trigger and nails it.
Super Tuesday presented by KFC. Doubleheader action begins tonight at 7 on ESPN.
Get set, because it's the first anniversary of the new, faster, gentler Proactive. And to celebrate, we're offering free shipping. So if you have problem breakouts and want fast relief, try Proactive. Today, with your order, you'll get free shipping and our best-selling refining mask free to help zap pimples overnight.
The refining mask is that extra oomph. You know, it's like I know that no matter what, it's always going to work for me.
Proactive is different thanks to microcrystal medicine that delivers instant acne-fighting results.
I love Proactive. It's rich, it's creamy, it's gentle, it's effective.
Proactive is normally $40, but order now and pay just $19.95. Plus, we'll add our refining mask and green tea moisturizer for extra healing power and the best skin of your life. And your shipping is free. Call 1-800-390-2952.
I am very proud of my skin now, and that is something I never would have been able to say before.
Eight-point game. The big men in this game come from different parts of the Southeast, you might say. Andrew DeClerc out of Clearwater's Countryside High School. And then from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, Charles Claxton of Georgia. They came into the league both as SEC all-freshman players a year ago. A lot of bumping and grinding for the next couple of years, Larry Conley.
Yeah, Bob, and it's going to be a great rivalry between these two centers. And if you look to the future of the Southeastern Conference, you got to think about these two centers, because DeClerc very active. Claxton's going to be a very strong brute force inside. Here's the center comparison this evening. You see Claxton with 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 blocks. DeClerc having a little bit better of it on the offensive end with 12 points, and those 3 rebounds all came in one flurry in about 8 seconds. So far, DeClerc getting the better of it.
That's why Florida has an 18-point advantage inside. But Georgia has a lot of points off the bench from Chandon Anderson. He's in the ballgame, top of your screen, receiving that pass. He switches it. Bernard Davis tries to go low to Claxton. Good hustling defense. Brian Thompson, he last touched it, says the official on the baseline.
Bob, right there's a situation where Bernard Davis makes an excellent pass inside to Claxton, and he does not handle it, and they're lucky to get it back. Davis with an excellent pass. Claxton's got to learn to get those paws out there and grab that thing.
Anderson running and hanging, got his own. DeClerc rejects, and it looks like a foul possibly on Craig Brown. Well, looks like DeClerc. And that will be his third. 3 team fouls in the Gators. Georgia only has one. 5:01 into the second half. Jose Grimsley returns. Ryan Thompson, after a short spell, will have a seat. Keep an eye on that guy. And the numbers are back up here for Lon Kruger. He has 6 freshmen on this squad. Claxton missing badly. Gators get it back this time.
Tell you something else too, Bob. Florida's got about as many freshmen on their squad. These are 2 teams really of the future in the Southeastern Conference.
Of those 6 freshmen, one's a redshirt. They have a junior college player, but the bottom line we're trying to point out to you is that Florida has numbers of players again. When Norm Sloan left and Don DeVoe came in, they were down to 8, 9 players some nights. It was really tough. They had kids playing 35, 40 minutes a game. But Lon Kruger has turned it around, and he's got a real family atmosphere feeling to this program now.
How about the fans? They've turned out in droves this year, almost a little more than 3,000 on average, more than they turned out last year.
From 5,800 to 9,000 a game, including a record 12 grand here on Saturday, when Arkansas came in and beat the Gators. Shot clock down to 15. Stewart on the left side, in for DeClerc off his hands. Running with it, Carlos Strong.
Oh, that was a terrific defensive play. Not only just to swat the ball away, but to run it down before it went out of bounds. All right, Georgia needs something now. They need a basket. They've been somewhat dormant here on offense the last couple of possessions.
Anderson penetrating, jumping, off the glass, scoring. A dozen for the freshman. DeClerc out on top. Kuzma for three. His first basket. He had missed a couple. He's 1 out of 3 on the night, and that's a big basket for the Gators.
This one, Georgia looks like they're getting ready to make a run. Then that three jumps up and bites them right in the back.
They had it back to 6. That makes it a 9-point game again. Anderson down to Claxton. You can see how he struggles to catch it, but if he does, you can't stop him.
It's going to go in if it gets close.
That's right. Gotta work on those soft hands a bit. Grimsley for Kuzma. He's tough out there because he can shoot the three or see over defenders. That one well short from Craig Brown. Good work in the backcourt. Kuzma, now it's off for Brown. Grimsley the trailer. That's the kind of basketball Lon Kruger has installed here. They keep coming at you. He was an intense player at Kansas State, a multi-sport star.
Scott Stewart got hit in the mouth. I think his mouth is bleeding. I think maybe was it the teeth or his lip? Might have been his lip.
Lon Kruger will call on Dan Cross to replace Scott Stewart.
You think he wanted to come out? There's no way he wanted to come out.
Blood all over the front of his neck.
Good look at Stacey Poole right there. Been quiet the second half so far.
He has no field goals in the second half. In fact, he's only taken 1 shot. He's 8 out of 13. Now low it goes. Strong scores in his foul.
Good reaction by Georgia that time when Florida went to that 2-3 zone. Strong wheeling on the block in there. They got him the ball and they got it up. Look at the zone defense right there. There's the adjustment. Kuzma too far back of him. You got to challenge the guy inside like that if you're playing zone.
You know, this is like a preview of the future of this league, this game. Carlos Strong, a freshman, DeClerc and Claxton the matchup. Carlos with 11 now.
And now Georgia making another run at it. There's Claxton going to the bench. I don't think Coach Durham was too pleased about his play the last couple of minutes.
6 points, 3 fouls for Claxton tonight, only 3 rebounds. Gators by 6, 12:25 to go.
And Georgia's defense a little bit tougher now.
Kuzma for 3. And he's 1 for 4 on the night. Shandon Anderson with a strong rebound. Cleveland. Jackson on a long finger roll. Dogs got it back. On the floor is Strong. Possession arrow belongs to Georgia.
You get a few straight knees and elbows out of that one. Seton Hall with a big win over Pitt tonight, huh?
And UConn, after losing to Florida State, Saturday comes back with a conference win. St. John's victorious tonight. With the Big East, a little lack of teams in that top 25 right now. SEC has Kentucky, Vanderbilt, and Arkansas. And we've got a foul on that pass down to the baseline.
I think Kuzma got caught holding that time on the lob pass. Bennett tried to go back to receive the lob. Kuzma had a hold of him. He couldn't move.
Team fouls piling up on the home team, Larry. That's 5. Georgia still has but 1. Out on top, Davis, then back to Anderson, who inbounded the ball.
Caught in that zone defense again. Georgia works the perimeter on this basketball. Jackson can shoot from out there.
And he goes inside. Orlando Bennett with a bad-looking turnaround. And there's Jackson to knock it home. Nope, no basket. Travel. Frank Scagliato with the whistle. 11:41 to go. The Gators lead by 6. But a freshman is looking all so strong right now. His name is Carlos. He's out of Cedar Shows High School in Athens. And he's trying to bring the Bulldogs back. Number 25 doing a big job down low for the Dogs of U-Durham.
This is not a workout. This is a revolution. This is Shake Weight for men, and it's going to kick your butt.
That's it.
In just 6 minutes. Guaranteed. Ordinary weights isolate one muscle in one direction, but Shake Weight harnesses the power of dynamic inertia to totally redefine strength training. As you shake, the weights at each end fire and recoil rapidly. This piston-like motion sends a shockwave of energy that forces your muscles to contract as many as 240 times a minute. So you build definition, size, and strength fast. And now this technological breakthrough in strength training can be yours for just $29.95. Shake Weight is science fact, not fiction. A leading biomechanics research center proved that 6 minutes with the Shake Weight burns as much muscle energy as 42 with a standard dumbbell. You get ripped, defined, and stronger, fast, guaranteed. Call and order now, and we'll also send you this 6-minute upper body workout DVD. It's everything you need to add size, definition, and strengthen your chest, triceps, biceps, and shoulders. Technology is all about packing mega performance in less space, right? Shake Weight proves it. That's why it comes with this ironclad kick butt guarantee. Do the Shake Weight workout just once. If your arms, chest, and shoulders aren't on fire in just 6 minutes, return it for a 100% refund. We'll even pay return shipping.
That's it.
3 exercises, 6 minutes, and the faster you shake, the more intense and challenging your workout. Think you can handle it? Then call now and build muscle and definition in just 6 minutes a day with Shake Weight for Men.
Are you facing an unexpected car repair bill, a medical emergency, or just need cash until payday? Well, you may not have that money today, but you can in about 24 hours. Go to moneymutual.com today and get up to $1,000 in your checking account by tomorrow. Just be 18 or older and have a regular income of at least $800 a month. So forget about overdraft charges, bounce checks, and late fees. Money Mutual has you covered. Need cash tomorrow? Call 1-800-585-CASH today.
ESPN, your NBA destination. The league-leading Spurs have surged ahead to the best first half in franchise history.
The Spurs putting on a show.
Tomorrow night, Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker face a tough Western Conference rival on the road as the Spurs head to Utah to take on Deron Williams and the Jazz.
Oh, what a jam from Deron Williams.
Spurs, Jazz, tomorrow night at 9:30 on ESPN.
We've had a Super Tuesday so far. Indiana over Penn State, double OT, Big Ten. Florida leads by 6. Thursday, the troubled Wolfpack of NC State. A lot of adversity this year. They take on Junior Burrow and the 24th-ranked Cavaliers of Virginia. 7:30 Thursday night. Clifford Rozier and company trying to put a stop to that Tulane streak toward the possible Metro title. That's the 9:30 doubleheader game. Green Wave in the top 20. And that Metro is going down to the wire. Look at Louisville, 8-0, and Tulane needs that one badly.
You know, Bob, I think a lot of people have written off Louisville pretty much at the beginning of January, but this is a club that's very hot right now and playing much better.
Didn't look that great about 3.5 weeks ago on ESPN when they lost to Kansas at home. But they have been the dominant team in the Metro Conference. They are again this year.
It appears as if Denny Crum is making his march again,
so to speak. And by the way, those were also Stacey Poole's halftime statistics. In the second half, he is 0 for 1, no points, rebounds, or assists.
must have had some blood on the floor out there. They took a cleaning agent and went out and cleaned up the floor with it.
We've got a grinder going in Gainesville tonight.
Georgia full court pressure now. Grimsley wants to give it up to Cross. He doesn't want to bring it up.
Bertha Robinson in there, his second playing time of the night for Hugh Durham. He's very good and quick defensively.
Georgia much quicker on defense now. More pressure on the ball. I think they need to do this. Force Florida into some turnovers right now.
Well, that's what Robinson can do. There's a blocking foul. Dathan Brown. And he's holding his right knee. Let's check it. It's Carlos Strong on the floor. His second foul. Came up hurting a bit.
Sometimes you get those knees banged. Knee on knee really hurts. Stacey Poole trying to make the move around Carlos Strong. Oh, that hurts. I'll tell you what, as a player, as an ex-player, I can tell you how much that really hurts.
Dathan Brown will give Strong a breather here. Just to have that knee looked at. Clark receives it on top. Nearly a steal by Cleveland Jackson. Don't you love to see a guy who plays such great offense hustling like that defensively? There's Poole. He's back.
Yeah, he got untracked on that one.
18 for Stacey.
A Poole shot.
9 of 15 from the floor. And the Gators lead by 8. There's a steal. Jose Grimsley. Here he goes.
Oh, did he go? Terrific dunk. Did he ever get up? Watch the steal. The anticipation. Knowing where the pass is going. Watch this guy soar. I mean, can he get up? A one-hander.
That gets the crowd right back in it. It gets the Gators back to a double-digit lead. Now they try the half-court trap. Good catch, Bennett. Baseline right, and a great drive by Cleveland Jackson.
Terrific pass by Bennett. He never brought the ball down. He kept it up there, made the pass while he was in the air. Just a good all-around play. Good heads-up approach by Georgia against that Florida press.
Loss for Grimsley. On top, Poole. Dathan Brown watching him. The Clerk looking for some help down low, and then when the possession continues, the Gators lose it. There's a steal. Cross to his right. Poole!
Well, I'll tell you what, those are highlight dunks, those two.
Answering at the other end, Orlando Bennett, first basket of the night.
Bennett has a nice little touch, a turnaround jumper right there from about 6 feet out, right in front of the basket.
The Clerk for Poole, thought about it. Then with a man on him, he takes the shot. He made that shot tougher than it had to be.
Yeah, he's had a couple of shots in this game where he's really forced them. Didn't need to do it. When he doesn't force the shot, seems to go in. Could be true of a lot of people.
Bulldogs now with a chance to get back to within 6, maybe 5. They call upon their new go-to guy, but Jackson can't hit it from the corner. 9:10 remaining. Cross for Grimsley. The Clerk to the high post. Grimsley looked at him, dribbled away, now gives it to him. Left wing Brown.
Look at the clear out for Craig Brown over there.
Jackson cut him off well. Had some help down low. Loose ball picked up by the Gators. The jump hook for Poole won't go. Up with the loose ball, Cleveland Jackson. Dogs are running 4 on 3.
There's that jump shot. Oh, he missed that one.
Orlando Bennett. Outlet pass too far for Grimsley into the Georgia bench. With 8:32 remaining. Carlos Strong returns for Georgia. So does Bernard Davis. North Carolina stays atop the ACC with that win. Auburn a non-conference win this evening. DePaul beats Detroit Mercy. And Notre Dame gets a rare 79 tonight. They don't always score that much. And some Southwest Conference play this evening. Here in the SEC, Florida by 8, 8:32 to go. Scott Stewart is wearing number 2. He bloodied his jersey early.
Oh, he got a cut on the chin. It wasn't his lip or his teeth. It was in his chin.
He's got it all taped up. Bob Carpenter, Larry Connolly, we're checking for cuts here at the table. It's been that kind of game.
And we've had some exciting plays, Bob. His two clubs really very good athletes on both of these teams. Run, jump, had some good shooting. Just
and
like
there's
that.
A 3, Bernard Davis. That makes it interesting. Bulldogs have it back to 5 with 8:10 to go.
They just kept hanging around. You know, Florida never could put them away. Georgia credit. Battled back here.
Kuzma looking for the 3. He drilled that one. 6 for Marti Kuzma, and the Gators are back up by 8.
Oh, that's the second time Georgia's made a run. It looks like they're going to make a serious run, and Kuzma steps out and nails a 3.
Look at DeClerc up there on the bench, screaming at his teammates for some defense. Anderson for Davis. He scores with a foul. Scott Stewart got him, and after being quiet for quite a while, Bernard Davis gets hurt in big fashion.
Made a good move around Stewart that time. Once he got inside of him, he really should have backed off. See that little patch underneath there. Scott Stewart underneath. Little cut.
Bernard Davis out of Richmond Hill, Georgia. A junior. And the three-point play gives him 11. When we come back, we'll see Kendall Ryan, a baseball basketball star for Hugh Durham for the first time.
Look closely at history in the making. This $50 Buffalo gold piece is the purest gold coin ever struck by the U.S. government. It's the first U.S. coin ever struck using .9999, that's 4 nines, pure 24-karat gold. Its design is based on the famous Buffalo nickel of 1913 to 38. Wildly popular with investors and collectors, the U.S. government had to stop production because of a shortage of specially made gold blanks. It's no wonder the price of this edition is going through the roof. Now you can reserve your own copy of the $50 gold Buffalo clad in 14 milligrams of pure gold. National Collectors Mint's private non-monetary minting recreates James Earl Frazier's American Buffalo against a mirror-like background on one side, and his iconic Native American Indian head stands out in stunning relief on the other. The final issue price was to be set at $50 per proof, but during our special release, this 24-karat pure gold-clad masterpiece can be yours for only $9.95. With gold skyrocketing past $1,300 an ounce, price can only be guaranteed for 7 days. Each new 2011 $50 gold Buffalo Tribute proof comes with an individually numbered certificate of authenticity verifying that each piece is clad in 14 milligrams of pure 24-karat gold, is proof struck, and is based on the famous design of James Earl Frazier's Buffalo nickel. There is a strict limit of 5 proofs per caller. Distribution will take place in registration number order. Earliest reservations receive the lowest registration numbers, so you must hurry. Avoid disappointment and future regret. Call now.
To order, call 1-800-985-0757. That's 1-800-985-0757. Strict limit of 5 proofs per caller. Call 1-800-985-0757. That's 1-800-985-0757.
Are you being audited? Do you have several years of unfiled tax returns? Is the IRS sending you threatening letters or coming to your home or place of business? Hello, I'm Patrick Cox, founder of TaxMasters. At TaxMasters, we help solve your tax problems. Listen, don't take on the IRS by yourself. Our former IRS agents and tax professionals have helped many good people just like you. Don't wait any longer. Call right now to get started today.
TaxMasters, we solve your tax problems. Call 1-888-599-3874.
Tonight, 2 of the country's most talented big men duke it out when undefeated #1 Ohio State meets 12th-ranked Purdue.
Pulls the trigger.
Doubleheader action begins tonight at 7 on ESPN, the home court of Super Tuesday.
The Australian Open coverage continues tonight at 7 on ESPN2.
Well, Bernard Davis quiet for a good portion of this game. In the middle of the game, he became the starter at point guard last year, mid-season. We're hearing plenty from him now, Larry.
You know, and everybody seems to be jumping up and helping this Georgia Bulldog club right now. They're all contributing. Claxton went to the bench. Bennett's come in and hit a couple of shots. Davis does that time. The good defensive work, I think, by Strong and also Dathan Brown. Now they've got a new guy in the lineup, Kendall Ryan.
Kendall Ryan. Very good against full court pressure. He's a ball handler when they have their small lineup in there, and he's a good defensive player as well. Right now he's matched on Marti Kuzma. Hugh Durham not liking the way Kuzma was shooting those threes, so Craig Brown says, I'll do it.
Nice double screen down inside to Free Brown. That was an excellent run play out of that timeout.
Every time Georgia gets it back to 5, Florida answers with a 3. Down low. Strong move there by Carlos Strong, forcing the foul. Is he ever quick?
Craig Brown had to come back in and help Kuzma a little bit. He drew the foul. The thing about Carlos Strong is the way he gets his post position. Now watch this move. Drop step. Goes around. You see Craig Brown with a foul on the outside on the arm. He really established his position well for a freshman. I mean, he's learned that in high school. Really carried it over to the college ranks, and I think he's going to be a terrific inside player for these Dogs.
Well, like many young players, his offense has been up and down, but the Bulldogs have been very impressed with his defense. He has a dozen tonight, 4 over his average. He has not been intimidated by some of the better teams around. He had 15 points and 7 rebounds against Arkansas. Had 15 in a non-conference game against Georgia Tech, 14 against UCLA, and 10 rebounds in a conference game against Mississippi State. 6-point game, under 7 minutes to go.
Florida spreading it a little bit. They want to try to get the ball to Craig Brown.
4-on-4. Brown against his counterpart, Ty Wilson. Poole missing badly. And a strong rebound there, Carlos Strong.
Stacey again forced that shot. He had Craig Brown in the corner. Big possession right here for Georgia. They can really shut it down, get it within 4, maybe 3.
Ty Wilson, entry pass for Strong. Turnaround just won't drop for him. That could have made it a 4-point game.
Kuzma looking for somebody. He wants help. He wants to give the ball up.
Doesn't want to dribble against Kendall Ryan. There's a takeaway. Shandon Anderson. He'll start off down to the hoop. Grimsley on him from behind. So is Scott Stewart. Scott Stewart has put number 2 on, and that will be his second foul.
Bob, that's a terrific defensive play by Shandon Anderson on the inside. Grimsley had gotten by him, and he reached back and just picked his pocket, pulled it the other way. Look at that. Got it and went the other way with it. Nobody could catch up. Grimsley tried, so did Stewart.
There's DeClerk back for the Gators.
Now the arms start to wave in the end zone. Made it tough for Anderson to make this free throw.
He, of course, the younger brother of Willie Anderson. And back in '86, when Georgia played Lon Kruger's Kansas State Wildcats in the first round of the NCAA out in Salt Lake City, they went overtime. Willie Anderson had about 35, but Lon Kruger's team got past the Bulldogs of Hugh Durham. Then were knocked off by UCLA in that regional. But Lon Kruger knows the Anderson family very well. He could not stop Willie that day.
I'll tell you what, and they couldn't stop Mitch Richmond on the other end.
Yep, he had a big day as well. They were both in the 30s that day. Shandon gets a seat with 14 points on the night. Under 6 minutes to go. Gators by 5, a big possession for them. They've had not much the last few times down the floor. Look at the quickness of Poole. Almost lost it.
Nice work by Georgia that time on defense to shut Poole down. In fact, their defense is much better on the inside. Look at Poole wheel.
And deals for Cross. That one rims out. Rebound, Carlos Strong, and here come the Dogs. A chance to get it back to 3.
Well, Strong wants it back again.
He's got it. Can't get the roll, but Claxton, standing almost flat-footed, reaches up and flicks it home.
Kruger wants a timeout. He wants to talk about it.
5:10 remaining. The O-Dome crowd a bit quiet at the moment. Lon Kruger wants to talk about his lead that has shrunk to 3.
The Auburn Tigers are national champions. Sports Illustrated honors the nation's #1 team with this exclusive championship package. Free with your paid subscription. You'll get the official BCS National Championship DVD featuring the Tigers' entire BCS National Championship game win. Plus, get this hardcover commemorative book. All the action and emotion of Auburn's championship season is captured through SI's amazing photography and writing. Only in this must-have keepsake. Go online to sitvorder.com or call now to get both free with a paid subscription to SI. 56 issues for only $1.59 an issue. Save 65% off the cover price. As a bonus, use your credit card to get this championship football free. A great collector's item designed exclusively for SI. Go to sitvorder.com or call now to get the official DVD, the hardcover commemorative book, and the collectible football. This limited championship package is free with your paid subscription. Call or go online now.
Sir, finding everything okay?
I work for a different insurance company. My auto policy is just getting a little too expensive.
With Progressive, you get the Name Your Price tool. It helps you find the price that's right for you.
Oh, the price gun. Wish we had this. We just tell people what to pay.
Yeah, we're the only ones that do.
I love your insurance. Bill? Tom?
Hey, it's an office party.
The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive. Call or click today.
University of Auburn, Mexico. Florida State, UCLA, baby. University of Tennessee.
The most coveted recruits in high school football are signing their national letters of intent.
Let's get to it. Where are you going to play your college football?
We go coast to coast as ESPNU's team of experts catch up with your school's next star as they announce their decision live.
The school I'll be playing football in next fall is...
ESPNU National Signing Day Special. 10 straight hours of coverage begins February 2nd at 9 a.m.
Tonight, 2 of the country's most talented big men duke it out when undefeated #1 Ohio State meets 12th-ranked Purdue.
Pulls the trigger.
Doubleheader action begins tonight at 7 on ESPN, the home court of Super Tuesday.
Hi, I'm Katy Perry. I love being a free spirit on stage and off. But when you suffer with acne blemishes, you don't feel very free. I tried everything to get rid of my acne, but nothing worked. So one day, I ordered Proactive Solution. Within a couple of weeks, my skin cleared up fast.
Now you can be clear too with Proactive. It's faster and gentler than ever before for amazing skin clearing results.
Who needs pimples? Not you.
Order Proactive now and save 50%, only $19.95. And with this limited time offer, get free shipping and these free extras. A travel size green tea moisturizer and our Zit Zapping Refining Mask.
I love the mask. It dries up the zits really fast.
We'll even add this book of secrets for great skin. A combined value of $72 for just $19.95. Call 1-800-551-4934 and get free shipping today.
Georgia making a surge, and they're doing it on the inside with good passing in the paint. Carlos Strong with 9 of his 13 points in the second half. Good receiver right there. Picks it up, misses, but Claxton's right there to tip it back in. Right now, I think Carlos Strong is the guy that they have to shut down. Florida does, because he's been able to get the ball in there. Once he gets it, very tough going to the basket. You can see the points in the paint. Florida's still leading in that category, but Georgia making a run.
Carlos Strong, second half, 9 of his 13 points. Andrew DeClerc has 5 points since halftime. Nobody in big foul trouble right now with 5:10 to go. But a big possession this time, Larry, for Florida. We'll see what Lon Kruger drew up on the set play coming out of the timeout.
You know what Florida needs is what I call a confidence basket.
DeClerc threw it down there to Dan Cross, but he was in a lot of traffic.
Carlos Strong, that man again, doing the defensive work.
Bulldogs could tie with a 3. Haven't shot it much tonight. There's one man who can hit it, Bernard Davis. There's another, Cleveland Jackson. Claxton up on the high post. Grimsley nearly a steal, but it slapped off his hand and went over the baseline. You know, I think 20 on the shot clock when the Dogs inbounded.
Bob, excuse me, I was going to say, I think they get really uncomfortable when Claxton handles the ball out beyond about 3 feet of the basket. They're trying to keep him posted down inside. There goes Strong again.
DeClerc standing straight up, can't stop him. It's a one-point game with 4:20 to go.
Well, the freshman's doing a terrific job on the inside. And they're getting him the ball, which is important. He can't operate if he doesn't have the ball.
Grimsley out on top, being watched by Cleveland Jackson. Stewart left wing. Forces one inside to Poole, who finds Leclerc. The turnaround.
Nice play by Stacey Poole. He got to the baseline, forced the defense to come to him. Leclerc was ready.
Georgia has trailed by as many as 13 tonight. They're down by just 3 now. Claxton waiting. The basket counts. And a foul.
And again, it's the interior passing to the big Georgia players inside. Basically, it's Strong, and it's Claxton. Watch the lob pass. Cleveland Jackson with a good dish. Good pump fake by Claxton. Drew the foul and still got the basket with all that strength. Watch DeClerc defending him up top. Good job by Claxton. Good catch that time. And the good pump fake.
Stacey Poole, his 4th foul on that play. This could be the first time the game's tied since it was 10-10 if he makes it. Claxton knocks down the 3-point play. He has 9 of his 11 now since halftime. Claxton and Strong underneath. DeClerc, nice look from Brown. He can't get the shot, and he gets up angry because Steve Jones, who just checked in, was all over him.
Andrews looking around saying, hey guys, I know it was 1 foul, but you have to have a second and a 3rd one.
They will give the foul to Cleveland Jackson.
Oh, he's going to say he was going up for the shot. I thought he was just holding the ball down underneath, waiting to go up. Look at this. See, I thought he was still on the floor. They're going to give him 2 shots, saying he was in the act of shooting, going up.
DeClerc only a 59% shooter. Good rotation on that one. 15 for Andrew. Georgia counters with Kendall Ryan as Steve Jones sits down.
DeClerc's had a nice game tonight. Played well.
16 points, including 4 out of 4 from the line. He's had 5 rebounds. And the Gators lead by 2 in the final 3.5 minutes.
Let's see if Georgia goes back inside again. Look at Davis.
Shovels for Claxton, who almost traveled. Got his own. No foul, but Georgia keeps it on the possession.
On the block by DeClerc. Claxton back for a second go-around, and DeClerc was there to answer.
These guys are going to be something, aren't they? Already are. Inbounds they go for Claxton. Over DeClerc. Too strong. Poole tipped it out of there to get it for Grimsley. Said, hey, if we get it out of here, we've got a better chance for the rebound.
Claxton and DeClerc are really battling inside.
Poole from 16 short. Tough rebound. Dan Cross. A mid-air collision. And a Bulldog called for the foul. Bernard Davis.
Bob, what made that play was the fact that Cross was much stronger than Davis. He got to the ball first. Davis tried to come up with it. Couldn't do it. Didn't have the strength to pull it away from Cross.
Only 4 team fouls, though, on Georgia. It'll be a while before Florida shoots any bonus free throws. 2:55 to go. Gators have committed 19 fouls. They have the possession arrow in their favor. Poole, backdoor Grimsley!
A fainting spell, a fainting spell.
Jackson, Claxton stuffs it in.
That'll make you faint. The strength and power of the big guy. Claxton strong.
That makes it back to 2:26 to go. A dandy in the SEC among 2 teams right in the middle of the race. Florida 5-4 in the league, 2 games behind Vandy. Hugh Durham's Bulldogs 4-5. If they beat Florida, they tie the Gators for third place in the SEC East. They're riding a 2-game winning streak with wins at home over Tennessee and Auburn. And a foul away from the ball on Chandon Anderson, his first. But again, only team foul number 5 on Georgia.
Florida really tries to work that out-of-bounds play to make sure Craig Brown gets some sort of shot out of it. Tell you what, we have had such an entertaining game tonight, and really contributions from everybody on the floor.
How about our doubleheader with Indiana surviving at Penn State, a club they had blown out by a bunch in Bloomington. Bruce Parkhill's Nittany Lions hung tough tonight but couldn't win it. Stacey Poole along with that one. Claxton the rebound, and the Dogs have a chance to tie with less than 2 minutes to go. Great dribble penetration by Davis, and the Gators reject, and they come up with it.
You know what? Davis makes a terrific pass, and nobody's alert enough to pick it up. He made the move inside like the point guard is supposed to. He makes the dribble penetration, and nobody's there to receive that pass. He's going to get credit for the turnover, but I can't blame him for it.
Kuzma back in, and the game face of the night, the Clerk back to the bench. We haven't seen the last of him. 1:44 to go. Gators by 2.
Anderson doing a nice job on Brown.
Almost a 5-second call. Chandon Anderson really tough defensively. Brown for cross underneath. All the big guys were out on top.
It was the guards inside. Nobody around.
Does that go down as points in the paint? I guess so. And away from the ball, a foul.
Kuzma is going to get it. He and Claxton battling inside.
Tom O'Neill with the call, and Kuzma his 4th. Well, we've almost looked like hockey a few times out here tonight. A doubleheader Friday night, the Canucks and Sabres. Pat LaFontaine and Pavel Bure go head-to-head. Saturday, a special for you at 2 o'clock. The Blackhawks and Penguins. Jeremy Roenick leads the Hawks. Kevin Stevens helps pick up the slack for the Pens in the absence of their superstar Mario Lemieux. Free throw missed to Clerk. You think he can't stand it? He's so into this game tonight.
You think he's intense? Look at him. He's getting the crowd fired up now.
Orlando Bennett in for Georgia.
Orlando Bennett for the Dogs. A 3-point game, 1:18 to go. Taking a seat, Claxton. The Clerk checks back in, and Kuzma sits down. Lon Kruger will counter with Scott Stewart.
Little chess match going on right now.
Grimsley, since they're on offense, Grimsley will sit out. You'll never see him out of there when there's defense to be played. So they'll run a shuttle probably the rest of the way with Stewart and Grimsley. Pressure broken by Dan Cross. Also Stewart, a 91% free throw shooter. Down to a minute. Gators by 3. Shot clock at 28 at the turn of 60 seconds.
Well, Cross doing a nice job handling Anderson, having a difficult time keeping up with him.
Cross a man to foul, possibly. He only shoots 57% from the line. And a timeout called by Scott Stewart via Lon Kruger. 47.9 to go. 15 on the shot clock. Gators with the ball and a 3-point lead.
Are you facing an unexpected car repair bill, a medical emergency, or just need cash until payday? Well, you may not have that money today, but you can in about 24 hours. Go to moneymutual.com today and get up to $1,000 in your checking account by tomorrow. Just be 18 or older and have a regular income of at least $800 a month. So forget about overdraft charges, bounce checks, and late fees. Money Mutual has you covered.
Need cash tomorrow? Call 1-800-585-CASH today.
You toss and turn all night. Your back aches and your neck is in a knot. Introducing the all-new Sobakawa Cloud Pillow. A pillow 300 years in the making, based on the traditional Asian buckwheat pillow. The Sobakawa Cloud is filled with over 10 million air beads, a virtual sea of clouds that support your head and neck while keeping you cool and comfortable. Ordinary pillows are shaped like bricks. The Sobakawa Cloud's unique crescent shape is designed to follow the contours of your neck and shoulders. As you move, the beads move with you, maintaining both comfort and support. Plus, you'll never have to keep fluffing and flipping like ordinary pillows. This is truly a stay cool pillow.
I feel refreshed, and I don't feel the back of my hair stuck to my head because of its coolness.
Your head weighs about 10 pounds. If you don't get support, you wake feeling worse than when you went to bed. We placed eggs on the bottom of these cylinders, filled this cylinder with feathers from an expensive pillow. This 10-pound weight crushes the feathers and smashes the eggs. In this tube, we have stuffing from a fiber pillow, and it offers little resistance. Then we tried memory foam, and the weight wins again. Now watch as the weight hits the air beads. They absorb the shock, and the eggs are safe. Ordinary pillows flatten and lose their shape. The Sobakawa Cloud Pillow will keep its shape sleep after sleep after sleep. Order your Sobakawa Cloud Pillow for just $19.99. Order today and we'll also include the Sobakawa Pillowcase, a $10 value, and it's yours free. It's designed to breathe and continually adjust to the shape of the pillow. But wait, call right now and we'll double your order. You'll receive a second Sobakawa pillow and pillowcase for just the shipping and handling. That's just $19.99 for 2 Sobakawa pillows plus 2 free pillowcases. But you have to call now.
To order your Sobakawa Cloud Pillow, call 1-800-409-3128. Call now and get a second pillow for free. Call 1-800-409-3128 and order today.
ESPN, your NBA destination. Tomorrow night, Manu Ginobili and the league-leading Spurs face a tough test on the road as they head to Utah to take on Deron Williams and the Jazz. Spurs, Jazz, tomorrow at 9:30 on ESPN.
Men's quarterfinal action continues at the Australian Open. World number 1 Rafael Nadal is focused on the Rafa Slam. But David Ferreira waits with hopes of knocking off his fellow countrymen. And 3 wins away from the title, will Andy Murray hoist his first Grand Slam trophy in Melbourne? The Australian Open. Coverage continues tonight at 7 on ESPN2. Presented by Franklin Templeton Investments.
What a Super Tuesday we've had tonight. A double OT win by Indiana at Penn State. And Lon Kruger's Gators down to the wire with U-Durham's Bulldogs here in Gainesville. Bob Carpenter, Larry Conley following on the heels of Tim Brando and Bill Raftery. We've had a night full of basketball on Super Tuesday.
Happy Valley to the beaches, huh?
Yeah, they had the longer game, but I like the climate here a little better. Gators have the lead. They've got their good foul shooters out there. Bulldogs trailing on the road. They only have 1 road win in the league, and that was at Ole Miss. They've lost at Vanderbilt, South Carolina, and at Arkansas.
Andrew
on
DeClerc
the bench for now, at least.
Just for the moment. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Most important.
Kuzma receives it, looks for Poole, and then they have it in the hands of is Jose Grimsley. Not a very good free throw shooter. Crowd counting it down on the shot clock. Grimsley with 4, 3. Oh, what a 3! Outside, Dan Cross. With about 2 on the shot clock, it swished. Gators by 5. Strong in, a blocking foul and a basket. The reprieve. Foul on Grimsley, his second. What an exchange by these 2 clubs.
Negates one of the great shots Florida's had all year. Dan Cross, wide open. Watch this, Grimsley penetrates, dishes. There's Cross, gets it up, gets it down, crowd goes nuts. Doesn't help, goes to the other end. They've got a chance for a 3-point play here.
You can't raise your hands too long when Georgia's coming back at you, though, Larry.
That's right.
No time to celebrate. And Carlos Strong has 18. That negates the 3. Gators 80-77, last 20 seconds. And a hacking foul. Dan Cross with Shandon Anderson reaching around.
See, the question I've got is why Scott Stewart's not in there handling the ball right now.
See, he's getting ready to check in right now, but it's a little late. Cross, a 57% free throw shooter. But the thing is, Larry, they're not shooting yet. That's only 16 fouls.
Yeah, now I'd put the ball in the hands of Stewart right now. Just give me the ball.
There he is.
Let him foul him. Let him foul him. That's it. That's what you want.
In his career, he's a 90% shooter in the last 3 minutes of ball games. He looks real worried about it, doesn't he? Carlos Strong, his third.
Well, he's shooting 91% for the year, 91% for his career in the final 3 minutes. Who else would you want up there?
Clark returns. Kuzma with a seat. RT Kuzma with a couple of key threes tonight. Hugh Durham with a timeout. 13.1 seconds to go. McCourt's been the emotional leader, but it's Stewart with the free throws when we come back.
This is not a workout. This is a revolution. This is Shake Weight for men, and it's going to kick your butt.
Whew, that's it.
In just 6 minutes. Guaranteed. Ordinary weights isolate one muscle in one direction, but Shake Weight harnesses the power of dynamic inertia to totally redefine strength training. As you shake, the weights at each end fire and recoil rapidly. This piston-like motion sends a shockwave of energy that forces your muscles to contract as many as 240 times a minute. So you build definition, size, and strength fast. And now this technological breakthrough in strength training can be yours for just $29.95. Shake Weight is science fact, not fiction. A leading biomechanics research center proved that 6 minutes with the Shake Weight burns as much muscle energy as 42 with a standard dumbbell. You get ripped, defined, and stronger, fast, guaranteed. Call and order now, and we'll also send you this 6-minute upper body workout DVD. It's everything you need to add size, definition, and strengthen your chest, triceps, biceps, and shoulders. Technology is all about packing mega performance in less space, right? Shake Weight proves it. That's why it comes with this ironclad kick butt guarantee. Do the Shake Weight workout just once. If your arms, chest, and shoulders aren't on fire in just 6 minutes, return it for a 100% refund. We'll even pay return shipping.
Whew, that's it.
3 exercises, 6 minutes, and the faster you shake, the more intense and challenging your workout. Think you can handle it? Then call now and build muscle and definition in just 6 minutes a day with Shake Weight for Men.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1-800-264-8917.
University of Auburn massacre. Florida State, UCLA, baby. University of Tennessee.
The most coveted recruits in high school football are signing their national letters of intent.
Let's get to it. Where are you going to play your college football?
We go coast to coast as ESPNU's team of experts catch up with your school's next star as they announce their decision live.
The school I'll be playing football in next fall is...
ESPNU National Signing Day Special. 10 straight hours of coverage begins February 2nd at 9 a.m.
Okay, what about Hugh Durham and his Bulldogs here? They've got Florida's best free throw shooter at the line, Larry. It boils down to 13 seconds left and how many possessions you can possibly get.
Well, Scott Stewart, obviously, if he makes this first one, it forces Georgia into 2 possessions. If I'm Florida, all I do is just make my free throws, let them have the basket, let them call time, and foul me again. Just make sure you put the ball in the hands of Scott Stewart.
Georgia has 2 timeouts left. Florida has 1. Possession arrow belongs to the Gators. And when it's crunch time, he usually swishes.
He really sets the drama, doesn't he?
That was a 4-point lead free throw. Gators are 6 out of 7 tonight from the line. 5-point lead now. Grimsley is back in. Stewart sits down after doing his job.
See if Florida puts a little bit of pressure to make them eat some clock up as they bring it up the floor. They didn't.
Anderson with under 10 seconds to go. They can do the 2 or the 3 here. And driving for the 2 is Strong. They call the timeout with 5.1 seconds remaining. Down by 3. They didn't have to have the 3 right there.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Have you seen this? This is the best bike we have. Top spec gears, super light frame.
I love it.
Right now, you can have it for free.
Shut up.
Free? Yeah.
Imagine if you could get the best for free.
This is mine.
No.
Shut up.
I can't just give away my best stuff for free.
At H&R Block, we're serious. We believe you deserve the best tax preparation available for free. So for a limited time, we'll prepare simple federal tax returns for free at one of our 10,000 offices. Call 1-855-674-2140.
Are you being audited? Do you have several years of unfiled tax returns? Is the IRS sending you threatening letters or coming to your home or place of business? Hello, I'm Patrick Cox, founder of TaxMasters. At TaxMasters, we help solve your tax problems. Listen, don't take on the IRS by yourself. Our former IRS agents and tax professionals have helped many good people just like you. Don't wait any longer. Call right now to get started today.
TaxMasters, we solve your tax problems. Call 1-888-599-3874.
Wow, it's really coming together.
Yep. This way, everyone will know about all our great discounts. Safe Driver, online, homeowners, more discounts than ever before.
And they still get great service.
Is it just me or is it getting funky in here? Huh? Get your groove on, y'all! Get you on the flip side!
I'd tell him the sign's not finished, but it would just break his funky little heart.
More discounts, more ways to save. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Opening night, Shaun White begins his run at a record 4th straight title in the men's snowboard superpipe elimination round. Plus, top riders let loose in snowmobile freestyle. Winter X Games 15 starts Thursday at 9 Eastern on ESPN.
Big Ten heavyweights step into the ring, and 2 SEC foes rumble on Super Tuesday. First at 7, the 23rd ranked Gators muscle into Athens for a battle with Georgia. Then at 9, 2 of the country's most talented big men duke it out.
Sullinger. Johnson throws it down with 2 hands.
When undefeated #1 Ohio State meets 12th ranked Purdue.
Pulls the trigger and nails it.
Super Tuesday presented by KFC. Doubleheader action begins tonight at 7 on ESPN.
Attention Medicare recipients. The following is important news from Hoveround. With Medicare and your supplemental insurance, a powered chair costs you little or nothing out of pocket. That's true for most powered chairs. But when you choose Hoveround, you get a better powered chair. How is it better? Just ask these questions. Is it round? Hoveround is the only round power chair. That makes it easier for you to get around the tight spaces in your home.
I love how easy it is to maneuver.
Is it reliable? At Hoveround, we make your chair, deliver your chair for free, and service your chair right in your home. No one else can say all that. Last question. Is it affordable? Here's what most Hoveround customers pay.
$0. I paid nothing for the unit at all.
Call Hoveround today, and you'll receive a free phone mobility consultation, a free DVD information kit, and free delivery to your home.
Through the SEC standings, you see the Eastern Division, Kentucky and Vanderbilt riding high. Florida and Georgia trying to chase them, and South Carolina and Tennessee bringing up the rear right now.
Keith Olbermann and Dan Patrick coming your way on SportsCenter tonight. And there's how important this game is in the middle of the SEC East. Kentucky is at Arkansas tomorrow night. What a dandy that'll be as the East leader meets the West leader. Florida's off for about a week after this one. Texas, of course, is at Georgia for a non-conference game this weekend. So the Gators get a bit of a breather after this, and they hope it'll be with a record of 13-7, 6-4 in the league. Hugh Durham has called his second timeout. So Durham and Kruger with 1 each. There's the foul situation. And the possession arrow still belongs to the Gators. It's their possession with 5.1 seconds to go.
Stacey Poole's going to inbound. Let's see where he goes with it. There's that man.
Across the baseline to Stewart. Shandon Anderson on him. 1 second off the clock. That sits at 4.1. If he buries one free throw, this game is over.
And a big win for Florida. And we talked about this, Bob, at the top of the show about the fact that Florida cannot stumble along the way anymore before they have the opportunity to play Vanderbilt and Kentucky, because their goal is to get to that NCAA tournament. This could be a giant stride in that direction.
Now, one note on the free throws. Georgia 18 fouls, not 10, so this is a 1-and-1.
He missed it. They're going to take time. Oh, he missed a big one.
And 0.9 seconds off the clock. 3.2 to go. And a very unusual miss by Scott Stewart gives the Bulldogs a chance to send it to overtime if they can knock down the three.
Now, what you've got to understand is where they get possession of this basketball. They do not get it at midcourt. They're going to have it extended. It actually goes underneath the baseline. Where they called the timeout and where the ball was located, the officials will place the ball underneath the Florida basket. Now, what I think Georgia needs to do is get the ball on a single pass to the midcourt line and get, well, they're out of timeouts. That was their last timeout, wasn't it? They had none left. So they've got to bring it up the floor and go with it.
Well, they didn't need the three last time down the floor, but this time they do, to force overtime on the run.
You know what you do? Take your defense and put them all outside of the perimeter. I'm talking about beyond the three-point line. Let them have the two. Just put everybody up top.
How long have you had your car insurance?
How long have I had my car insurance? I don't know, 8, 10 years?
Well, I couldn't tell you, but things were a lot less expensive back then.
If you're 50 or over, you should take a new look at your auto insurance. You may be overpaying.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Old policy, old rates.
And thanks to your experience behind the wheel, you might save $350 by switching to the AARP auto insurance program from the Hartford. Plus, you'll get benefits that reward your driving record, like our promise that you won't be dropped.
Wait, you won't drop me? Seriously?
That's right, you won't be dropped. And if you know anyone who's been dropped by their insurance company, you know that's a hassle you don't need.
Especially these days.
Plus, you'll get Recover Care, which helps pay for everyday needs like house cleaning, lawn care, and pet services if you're injured in an accident.
So my auto insurance is going to help pay the house cleaning if I'm injured?
Did you say lawn care?
And if I can't walk my dog, they'll help me pay someone to do it for me.
Call the number on your screen to switch to the AARP auto insurance program from the Hartford and be rewarded for your experience behind the wheel.
Recover Care, auto insurance that helps take care of me. Now I've seen it all.
You won't drop me. You take care of me as well as my car, and you offer savings to switch. It's unbelievable.
If you're 50 or over, call now to request your free quote.
I'm going to call.
I'm calling.
I'm calling.
I'm calling.
Call the Hartford at 800-206-6415 to request your free quote. 800-206-6415. Call today and make the switch to the AARP auto insurance program from the Hartford. 800-206-6415. Why wait?
Are you facing an unexpected car repair bill, a medical emergency, or just need cash until payday? Well, you may not have that money today, but you can in about 24 hours. Go to moneymutual.com today and get up to $1,000 in your checking account by tomorrow. Just be 18 or older and have a regular income of at least $800 a month. So forget about overdraft charges, bounce checks, and late fees. Money Mutual has you covered. Need cash tomorrow? Call 1-800-585-CASH today.
ESPN, your NBA destination. Tomorrow night, Manu Ginobili and the league-leading Spurs face a tough test on the road as they head to Utah to take on Deron Williams and the Jazz. Spurs, Jazz, tomorrow at 9:30 on ESPN.
Super Tuesday. Doubleheader action begins tonight at 7 on ESPN.
And this one may not be over yet. Georgia has the chance it needed. That's really all Hugh Durham could ask for. They are one of the outstanding three-point shooting teams in this part of the country. In fact, they've improved from 42% to 45% in conference play. Cleveland Jackson, a 45% shooter. Ty Wilson, 41%. Kendall Ryan will throw it in. Gators have DeClerc down there. Anderson catches it. 2 dribbles. He lost it. Got it back. It is short. Florida wins it. Georgia got the last shot, but it was not the shot they wanted. And the Gators hold on, Larry Conley, for a vital win in their cause.
And it was a defensive strategy by Florida that slapped it away and kept the Florida win.
Once again, the final score, Florida 82, Georgia 79. For Larry Conley and our crew, Bob Carpenter, thanks for watching. And so long from excited Gainesville, Florida.